Professor Godfried Williams waha anope. Prof Martin. Prof Martin.
Oh, yenia.
Empacho boko de.
Nyame adom bibia boko.
Yeah, da nyame ase. You can say Professor Godfried Williams. Empacho ye wan.
You can say Professor Godfried Williams. I'm a computer scientist by profession, and by career. No, I've been an academic for the last, should I say, 22 years in England.
Okay.
Yeah, me a kind into.
But me who Godfried, I'm who Williams. Me who I can be more.
Well, because we have your back of your history.
Yeah.
Into that is the history, no. Into your frame inside.
Kakra bi enim no ye say company bi Intellas.
Yeah, Intellas, we're based in England, in London, Canary Wharf. Now Intellas, what we call primarily, artificial intelligence company.
Okay.
Which a part of the computer science additional ultimately share na ultimately handle very complex set of data and handle very challenging problems in business, in science, and in general day-to-day activities, with a view say you can improve human life and improve the way businesses perform. That's Intellas who we are. But in that context, one of the major areas of specialization is cybersecurity.
Okay.
And in that aspect, all kind of agencies in Britain and globally, originated from Louisville, Kentucky, United States. But for now, your headquarters is in London, and that is where we drive all our business processes. At the moment, extended your services to Ghana with a view of helping and contributing to the cyber space and helping with cybersecurity and narrative and in common that side of things, helping businesses, helping government, and helping individual citizens. Because when you cast cybersecurity, if any information about them, it's an asset, and it belongs to them, and therefore it has to be protected, just like Usika and I say we're good yebi, and I say we are in the digital era, and that is what we do.
Yes. About cyber security, and I say Juma idea abefun fidie computers ni idea Juma obi be bisa say more na mo say very secure. The new way of doing things. Na mo kape na mo the AI, artificial intelligence aka say that is the way to go. Why do we even need cyber security?
Well, would be a very good question. I think me because time beyond cyber security, it's so short as why do we need cyber security? First of all, I say you think about cyber. So cyber, prior to cyber, we had information security, we have information assurance, but cyber it goes beyond just company or organizational, should I say, infrastructure, and protecting that, or the information that you have. Cyber a part of information, part of processes, part of data, part of software. Now the NTSC about home buying say anything to do with your information is valuable, and because it's valuable, I said home buying. Said the obebo a good year home buying, obebo sika home buying, obebo down buying is an asset, and that asset can be optimized. That's Brofo customer can be optimized. In other words, ubetimi adia ye juma no nyam faso bi afi ho. So that is the starting point. So you ask the question, why do you secure? You secure something because it's an asset, because it's valuable, and that is why you want to secure it. So that's the premise. That is how you start. And because because one bohombayan, you become vulnerable, whether you are an individual citizen, and now say you are a business, and now say you are a government, because anything to do with your information assets, can be compromised, which means say when to me bohombayan a month for ne a hoho ne or more other attackers will actually gain access to your system and either steal information in you say intellectual property theft, and now say use that for blackmailing, can be used for spying. I saw Shishenyo business if you're in competition with them, but also all these vulnerabilities and our weaknesses it's not only limited to businesses or government, but it's also very important to individual citizens. In fact, Oshe Emramun Sema in Europe, what we call the General Data Protection Regulation framework, is about the privacy of the individual, and that is essential. In Tibia Alpha, said the Noma Kosovo or Maimo, there are a lot of digitalization programs going on. I think there's an electronic card for
Ghana card and
that information it belongs to the citizens. So
until now say your boss idea
and also I say a distribution ye church mu share a month for normal TS say ebia information line ye jeff mu ho saying that ye say near bebo home buying and I'm one kasa more I said I say more you have to know that. You have to sort of understand your responsibility as well. It's not only the responsibility of the business that you work for or a government,
but we need with data system also
also know and you may be why so if you use mobile phone, use computers, or internet cafe, or social media, and sometimes the information I want social media can be mind-boggling, and because it can be mind-boggling, you realize saying so so it makes people vulnerable because a lot of people have information about you, and it's accessible, and you are not protecting anything. I'll argue strongly say when you want to talk about assets, currently the most valuable asset is your digital asset. It is not gold. It is not, it is your digital asset because you can use that for so many things.
But Prof, you still a old school, a good idea, gold in this car. You're still it is a Obekache say your digital asset. I say, oh, that digital asset there. I'm saying nipa be new baby we do na you bet protecting your data yourself.
Yes.
You throw yourself out there all the time.
Yes.
But most people in Hunisa.
Yes, most people in Hunisa say it's part of the education as well. So there should be, I'm aware, say, Ghana, all kind of programs going on. But as I'm saying, you can have one entity doing it alone, whether it's business, whether it's government. The awareness, should bring to the citizens, not a man for them who say, okay, information fat me who information be a say me bohum buying because me cause a good year me asset a japadie be a some boy family home so now I refer that to some of the multi-billion companies like Google. Ask yourself why is Google a multi-billion dollar company? It's about digitalization. It's about information assets. So because in that process, they are able to extract all kind of information about everybody, millions of people, and that data, that is mined, can be used for commercialization, can be used for predicting the type of products you like. To say, if you may permit me, Kwame and Mr. Sefakai.
Oh, Medina Kwame is fine.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Kwame, if you permit me, thank you for that. The way I say, you can have, I'll be able to predict, profile you, and sound, maybe I would maybe I will call everything about you. Now, that somehow makes me in control of you without you being aware. The only thing that prevents me from using your information for malicious purposes, is perhaps the law as an instrument. Now, there's also a cost of enforcing the law. For instance, Intel say, we have one of our research, we are very research oriented. So we have like King's College in London. We look at the cost of digital investigations, and yet police will have to follow through because it can be very expensive unless say the implications are fatal, and now say it has very serious effect. The awareness programs are very important. Now,
talking about awareness programs, if you know do with to any Professor Godfried Williams and a teaching como or a CEO of Intellas abefu video ho adwuma aye internet cyber security and in yekeke ka ho nyina now can the awareness program and no e kan ya oba be ye organ in ho.
Yes, a part of it, because we're at the second series. The previous one we did Newo Alisa Hotel. We did it for a number of organizations, some in the finance, insurance industry, and we brought in some top executives, because cyber usually most businesses will refer that to the IT function. Right? So it's like, talk to the IT people, talk to the IT function. But days now, and right now time I share, say, IT function should not own cyber. Cyber a strategic asset, and it should be, the oversight should come from executive management. If you are the CEO, the cyber apparatus of your organization should sit within your space. For instance, if we, the board should be very much aware and all that, and because a strategic asset, that is why you're protecting it. I don't think, the finance of an organization is overseen by some isolated department. So, can I say, is important. Senior management is actively involved, and actually not just at the strategic level, but also almost the operationalization. That is the way what the board Juman ho ban. So the board Juman ho ban, and now say mo yenhwehwe mu bia kwan mo faso de yenhwehwe mo saying case be called wrong na you've been attacked or you've been compromised now. E so mo tini nyina ase, and it should start right from the top. Yes. Right.
Let's just focus on your baby na fan sorry. So also cyber security boardroom series for senior executives. No idea.
And I'm initially the cybersecurity boardroom series as the word says is a boardroom series, which means that we're encouraging top executives, senior management to actually take the leadership when it comes to cyber and cybersecurity. And that is what it's about. And as a result of that, we are encouraging executive management to be part of that program, to be part of managing the cyberspace, because the cyberspace, don't forget, transcends the organization. It is not just within the organization. It transcends the organization to the outer world, because we call it ubiquitous computing. Every gadget electronically now interconnect. It is known as the fourth and fifth industrial revolution. And because of that, at the moment, data is king. When I say data is king now, information be a that is what is reigning And executive management cannot be, should I use politely, lying asleep. They have to.
Just say you're just being polite.
Yeah.
Just say, as we see on the street, they should look sharp.
Yes, they should be.
Sir. Seriously, way.
But Atlantic Towers will Airport City.
Oh, Atlantic Towers
Yes,
Airport City. When is this, Darwin?
We start the main activities.
What time?
At 9 o'clock.
Is it just for one day?
It's for one day, but there's a follow-up with the organizations, representatives at the end. That's what happened in February, the first one. Normally, the workshop is an intensive program, but there's a follow-up where we do pre-assessment security for those organizations as part of goodwill and as part of encouraging them to take this mantle on in a more effective and efficient way.
Into Ochina, 9 a.m. Atlantic Towers, Airport City. Cybersecurity Boardroom series with Professor Godfried Williams. Prof, who can attend? Why my baby?
Anyone in senior management, executive, every level of the organization, every staff, end users, will be able to attend it because, as I mentioned, cybersecurity, it's for all. It is not for one set of or one group of people. It's for all. So we'll be able to attend it to be familiar with what is going on and what needs to be done.
Prof, and we wish you well. One day we'll have a full-blown program on cybersecurity. Now, Boardroom series, about studio series now.
More. And certainly, me who some vulnerabilities were saying.
Yes, sir. Right. Prof, yes, sir. Right.
It's under confidentiality.
Because we work in an environment where we use a lot of these things. I'm sure with your trained eye,
data.
With your trained eye,
more compliance obligations. Yes, and all that towards more listeners and towards more viewers and all that.
Yes.
Yeah. So. Madam Asipa, thank you very much.
Yeah, that's it. Now,
for having me.
I am there, sir, or being from Kunini, or near bidding Comafa home. Now, Mina Mikokaya, it can overcast me fisher.
And that's so fisher now, baby, a free banner. Or see a rahod in any crash, her crowd, who knew maybe.
Now, I made the BB social crack.
Said they.
Sir, Professor more kind in a come my akusi say. Artificial intelligence, the ma who did Juma at the pan say, a jet trail. And I say, a mayanya than CD, a walk na controlling in a say, so be a BB, no, yes, or quack or danino, I'm an intention cry. You bet me this, I bear for Quana, so at tena, I coaches Hadian.
Prophet no crap.
No crap.
Kabila
Wabing. In 2009, we were the company in the UK that initiated the idea of using artificial intelligence for digital forensics, and that and it was funded by what in Britain known as the Knowledge Transfer Partnership and the business department. At that time, Honorable Vince Cable was the Secretary of State, and the defense agency, that supported us, was Kinetic. It's the largest defense security agency in the UK. Alpha British Aerospace, and that is what we are experts. We are world class when it comes to the use of AI. We've done work for NASA. We've done work for British Aerospace. We've done work for Ministry of Defense in Britain. We have trained staff on 6 months rotation coming to us because we are, if not the best, among the best in this area.
Wow.
World class. Yes, we have.
So be the biometric Edini Juma, Chairman General. It enhances the capacity to go near perfection, even though you cannot be perfect.
At least near perfection.
It reduces the possibilities of any anomalies, any challenges. On the secret, you can trace it, track it, and arrest it.
Yeah. Trace it, track it, and arrest it. Kabila scores an A this morning in the cybersecurity class. Prof. Williams said that's enough.
Yeah, Mr. Damasipa, Intel Damasi, and my team globally. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And catch up again.
All right.
Professor Godfried Williams, CEO, Intellas, and the Cybersecurity Boardroom series happening tomorrow, 9 in the morning, Atlantic Towers, Airport City. I'm sure it'll be interesting, especially for those of you who are into IT. Hey, imagine you're today. Boy, Omo.